I'm going to talk about my two Suzuki Swift GTs and why I love them. The very first car that I bought brand new was a 1989 Suzuki Swift GT that only had 7 miles on it. You may be asking yourself, why would a handsome 21-year-old, 5'9", 195-pound muscular powerlifter and football running back at that time want with a tiny car like the Swift? One reason, one person, Bobby North. I'll get to Bobby in 1 second. In 1988, I was starting college and I needed financial aid. I'm the oldest of a very large family, so my parents couldn't help much. I had to get a job to help pay for college. A friend helped me get a job at Domino's Pizza as a delivery driver. My very first day at work, Donnie says to me, "Wait till you meet this dude named Bobby. You won't believe what you hear." I was confused. I didn't understand. What will I hear? At that time, this 19 or 20-year-old kid pulls up in this 1988 Chevy Sprint Turbo. It was Bobby. Bobby was a delivery driver too. Well, I felt Bobby coming before I saw Bobby. Let me explain. Bobby worked 2 jobs. A pizza delivery driver at night, and during the day, he worked at a high-end car stereo installation shop as the head installer. He custom built and designed a stereo system in his Chevy Sprint that was so freaking loud, but also incredibly crystal clear. Bobby pulled up to the front of the store, and the manager ran out and told him to turn it down. Bobby had 2 10-inch subwoofers and a sealed enclosure that was powered by a Hyphonics Colossus amplifier. When he pulled into the parking lot of the mall where we worked, the bass was so loud it rattled the walls, the windows shook, the pizza boxes fell off the shelf, the floor quaked underneath my feet. I had to go outside and see what this guy had in his car. The bass was so unbelievably clear and tight, it hummed more than it boomed. At that very moment, I knew I wanted a small hatchback. But I didn't want to copy him. I wanted to be different. I heard of a company called Suzuki that had 2-door hatchbacks. When I saw my Suzuki Swift for the first time, it was love at first sight. They had 3 models, the GS, the GA, and the big boy, the GT. What I love about the Swift GT is it's a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with a 5-speed manual transmission with a not so impressive 100 horsepower and 85 pound-feet of torque. But it got something like 27 miles per gallon in the city and 34 miles per gallon on the highway with a 10.6 gallon tank and a top speed of 140 miles an hour, which was perfect for a college student that would be working part-time delivering pizzas. The very next day when I got the car, I couldn't wait for Bobby to see my hot hatch. I never forgot what Bobby said. "Dude, that car is tits."
What?
Around that time, the import scene was in its infancy, not the big deal that it is today. So you had cars like the Chevy Sprint, the Honda Civic Si, the Honda CRX Si, the Ford Escape GT, and the Volkswagen GTI, and many others. These cars had more power, were better looking, and had a ton of aftermarket performance upgrades and unlimited tuning capabilities. Companies like Spoon, Mugen, Engine were making performance parts for these cars, but when it came to the Swift GT, there just wasn't anything available. The next 2 years were the most exciting years of my life. I joined a hot hatch club, one of us, and we cruised Highway 100, Lake Drive, and we went to import car shows. But then tragedy struck. It was a very snowy day, March 11, 1991. I went to the store to get some things for the house and crashed the Swift.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
It was a total loss. I was heartbroken, but I knew I would buy another Swift GT. In 1994, Suzuki announced that this would be the last year of the Swift GT. I didn't hesitate. I bought the last Swift GT on the dealer's lot. I love driving my new Suzuki Swift GT more than the first one. I went to Chicago every weekend cruising around the big city, and I put about 64,000 miles on the car within the first 18 months. Then I started feeling a little funny vibration coming from the engine compartment. I took the car to the dealership hoping that the factory warranty would cover the repairs. The dealership said it was the engine. It needed to be replaced, and it would cost $3,800 to do that. The warranty for the car was 3 years or 36,000 miles, whichever came first. But I was over the limit. But by this time I was married with a family, so the Swift had to wait. From April of 1996 through February 2006, the car sat in the backyard. But in 2006, I put in a used engine. The mechanic that worked on the car said, "Hey, I'll do the labor for free if you let me keep the old engine." He wanted to take the old engine, rebuild it, and race with it. It turned out it wasn't the engine at all, but the harmonic balance key was broken, which was causing the engine to shake. Let's fast forward. In 2010, I had 138,000 miles on the car, and I had another accident.
Oh, come on!
I ran into someone, which was all my fault. I had insurance. The car was totaled yet again, but I wasn't going to give up on this car.
You too.
I damaged my entire front end, and again, the family needs came before the Swift repairs. For the next 13 years, the car has sat in a heated garage, but the parts are now hard to find, and original parts don't even exist anymore. I came across a video of a woman in Australia with a 1988 Suzuki Swift GT. There's a lot about her car I want to do to my car. The lower ride height, the tire size, the car is extremely clean, the engine bay is polished. I want to get my Suzuki Swift GT back on the road. So today I'm going to talk about the list of things that need to be replaced on my Suzuki Swift GT.
The list. The list. Well, I guess we're gonna start feeding the bushes and try to find out where they look. Whoa.
This list includes replacing the hood, the fenders, the front bumper, the front impact bar, the front absorber, the radiator shield, the radiator, the upper tie bar, the core support assembly, both headlights, the right apron assembly, the right front frame rail end cap, the hood latch, both hood hinges, and the roof panel. So I'm starting my search on the internet, looking to find as many parts as possible, new or used. I've checked websites such as Suzuki Depot, Turo Trade, and etc. There are not that many Suzuki Swift GTs around, and they're not in good condition. Most of the parts that I need are already sold or missing, but the ones that I'm finding that are in good condition are already damaged in the area that I need to replace. Since I'm not really starting to work on the Suzuki Swift until the spring, I have time to acquire the parts. Now it's time to think of what type of restoration I'm going to do. Is this going to be a full restoration back to factory original specs, or is this going to be a fully customized one-off design? I have for a full one-off customized design is to add a panoramic sunroof to the vehicle, because I really like the way that looks. I really would have to find something that has the same shape as my roof line, maybe like a Honda Civic or possibly a Mini Cooper. Secondly, I would like to take their engine out and rebuild it and add some horsepower to it. I would like to have 300 horsepower for my turbocharged engine. The transmission, I would love to have a dual clutch. When it comes to the brakes, I would like to have 6 piston calipers for the front brakes and 4 piston calipers for the rear brakes. I also want carbon ceramic rotors for the front and rear, a custom designed carbon fiber hood for the car, carbon fiber roof panel. Depending on that, if I can find that panoramic sunroof, then I'll just build from what I already have and cut it out. I would like to add an air ride suspension so that I can have full control over the height and ride of the vehicle. I would like to have a customized dashboard, such as the one in this video clip. Carbon fiber side skirts, add a power window system to the vehicle. Would also like to sound deaden the entire interior for the custom design and build sound system. The tire size that I've decided on would be a P195/45 R15, and I would love to have a 10 to 12 spoke rim. I would like to upgrade the headlights on LED or laser style. But some of the things I need to do to get ready to start working on this car this spring: I need to clean and organize the garage. I need to buy or build a storage shed to put all the stuff that's in the garage, such as the lawn equipment. But my dream scenario would be to rent a shop around 1,000 square feet to work out of. That way I got plenty of room to store any parts and take my time and do it right. I need an air compressor and a welder. And the very most important thing of all, the money. This 94 Suzuki Swift GT really just display all my talents and skill. I got 14 years working at Circuit City, installing car stereos, alarms, remote starts, 3 years of customizing cars, and I'm talking Ferraris, Lamborghinis, working at a company called Project 2 Customs. And then I've been spending the last 12 years in automotive refinish, working at a body shop, painting cars and things of that nature. But I wanted to kind of take it to the next level, so I moved over to being a body man and being able to repair what you see here. I have the knowledge, the tools, the skills to fix this car back to 100% factory original. So I want all OE parts. The hood is like $400 or $500. Each fender is like $200 or $300. Each headlight's $175. Impact bar, that's $179. The absorber, $87. The front bumper itself was like $500, and they're out of stock, so they're not making them anymore. But what are some of the things I want to do? Rebuild the engine from top to bottom, and then taking it from 100 horsepower to 350 brake horsepower. I want to lower the car about 1.5 inches. I want to keep it white. I really like the white. The biggest thing I want to do is put on a panoramic sunroof. The headlights from 1990 to 94 are plastic. The 92 ears, they were actually glass. So I would like to get some 92 style headlights. As far as the interior and stereo wise, I want an Alpine double din. I want an Audison Bit 10, and I want to have probably a total, I haven't decided on the number, but with a grand total of probably 2 or 3 amplifiers. 1 amplifier dedicated to the sub, 1 amplifier dedicated to the front and rear, or 1 dedicated for the front and 1 dedicated for the rear. I want sound quality. Definitely tint the windows. I would like to do a one-off carbon fiber hood. You can see here, there's an impression on both sides here. I would like to cut right along there and raise it up about 1 inch or so, and put little vents on the side of it about halfway down. That's it.